Hello everyone, my name is Sherry and today I'll be reviewing From Sand and Ash by Amy Harmon. I got this book from my February Once Upon a Book Club box and I'm really glad I read it because it was such a pleasant surprise for me. This book is historical fiction with romance in it and it's set in Italy in 1943. Our story focuses on Eva and Angelo, who grow up together and end up falling in love with each other when they're older. Unfortunately, because of circumstances and religion, they actually can't be together. For example, Eva is Jewish and Angelo has always wanted to become a Catholic priest. So because of this, they couldn't give in to their feelings for each other, and a lot of the story involves them fighting their desires for one another. I actually like that part of the story because most of the time, the characters just end up together even though they're not supposed to be together, and somehow they just find ways. And while those stories are also good in some way, I find they're very common and I just don't enjoy them as much. So what I loved about the love story with these two characters is that you feel their longing, you feel their desires, but you also feel their struggles. They're fighting things that they would want to do when they're together. And sometimes they fail and sometimes they succeed, and it's just the unyielding factor of that relationship. It's just, yeah, I loved it. Outside of the romance, my favorite thing about this book is how it shows people helping one another, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's strangers. People were willing to do what's right even when it was dangerous, even when they were terrified, and even when they were risking their lives. They knew what was being done to the Jews were wrong, and they were willing to find ways to help make it stop. You also see the length that they were willing to go through, and it's encouraging to read about that. I know this is a fictional book, but some of the things that happen here are factual, and I love seeing that, and I probably wouldn't have known that if I didn't pick up this book. Overall, I gave this book a solid 4 stars. There were a few things that I just didn't find as convincing and a few things that I found very predictable, but other than that, this was such a good story. I felt the tension, I was really engaged in the story, I wanted to know what would happen, and I wanted to see how the romance would end up because, like I said, most of the time romance in books have disappointed me. This one did not. Now that I know about Amy Harmon, I'm looking forward to reading other books that she's written, and I hope you guys pick this up. Let me know what you think of this book. Let me know what you think of this review. I try to keep my reviews spoiler free so you don't have to worry about them. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button. But other than that, read books, be kind, and don't let the muggles get you down.